Narrator. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. Life often throws unexpected challenges our way, and few are as demanding or transformative as facing and overcoming illness. Whether it's a short-term acute condition or a long-term chronic struggle, the journey from diagnosis to recovery is a testament to human resilience, determination, and often, the incredible support systems around us. It's not just about medical treatments. It's about navigating physical discomfort, managing emotional toll, adapting daily routines, and finding the inner strength to persevere. Understanding the various stages of recovery, common emotional responses, and effective coping mechanisms can help us, and those we care about, approach illness with greater courage, patience, and hope. Today we're delving into the profoundly personal, sometimes arduous, but ultimately inspiring world of overcoming illness. We'll hear from two individuals who have personally navigated significant health challenges. Sarah, who shares her experience with recovering from a serious acute illness, and David, who reflects on his journey managing a chronic condition. By listening to their reflections and shared wisdom, you'll not only significantly enhance your English comprehension but also pick up valuable vocabulary for discussing symptoms, recovery, resilience, emotional well-being, medical support, and the transformative power of perseverance. Stay with us until the very end for a comprehensive practice session that will help you articulate your own health journeys and offer compassionate support to others. Get ready to explore these inspiring stories of healing and strength. Dialogue section. Sarah: Hi David. It's wonderful to connect, though the topic today touches on deeply personal experiences. I was just thinking about my recovery from pneumonia last year, and how it really tested my limits. What's your initial reflection on the experience of overcoming illness? David: Hi Sarah. It truly is a profound topic. For me, overcoming illness isn't a single event, but an ongoing process, especially with a chronic condition like my diabetes. It's about managing daily, adapting, and accepting what I can and cannot control. The mental aspect, the emotional toll, is often as significant as the physical. What was the most challenging aspect of your acute illness and recovery? Sarah: For me, beyond the severe physical discomfort and shortness of breath, it was the feeling of being utterly vulnerable and dependent during the acute phase. I'm usually very active and independent, so having to rely on others for basic tasks was a huge adjustment. The road to recovery also felt long and arduous, with lingering fatigue. My biggest fear was a relapse or that I wouldn't regain my full energy levels. It was a real test of patience. David: I completely understand that, Sarah. The loss of independence is deeply impactful. My biggest challenge with managing diabetes has been the constant vigilance required. Monitoring blood sugar, meal planning, medication adherence. There's no cure, so it's about preventing complications. The feeling of frustration can be overwhelming sometimes, especially when you do everything right and still face fluctuations. That constant mental burden is a significant part of living with a chronic illness. Sarah: It certainly is. The ongoing nature of chronic illness sounds incredibly demanding. What was one unexpected source of strength or a small moment of hope you found during your journey with illness? David: Believe it or not, connecting with an online support group for people with diabetes was a huge source of strength. Hearing others share similar struggles and triumphs made me feel less alone and more understood. It felt like a validation of my daily efforts. And oddly, finding new, delicious recipes that fit my dietary needs was surprisingly empowering. It showed me I could still enjoy food while managing my health. Sarah: That's truly wonderful, David. Finding a community and taking control through new discoveries is a game changer. Those moments of empowerment and shared experience can genuinely turn the tide on feelings of isolation. For me, a profound source of strength was the unwavering support from my family and friends. Their visits, their cooked meals, and their simply listening to my frustrations without judgment provided immense comfort. And the first time I could take a deep breath without pain after pneumonia, that felt like a huge milestone, a clear sign of progress. David: Oh, those milestones are crucial for morale. It's like a tangible reminder of your progress. What's the most memorable misconception you personally encountered or even held about illness or recovery? Sarah: Well, a common misconception I used to hold was that recovery is a linear process. You get sick, you get treatment, you get better. I realized later that recovery often has its ups and downs, good days and bad days, even plateaus. I had moments of feeling great followed by waves of fatigue. It taught me the importance of self-compassion and accepting the nonlinear nature of healing. David, that's a really important point, Sarah. My most memorable misconception was believing that if I was disciplined enough, I could completely conquer my chronic illness. While discipline is vital, I learned that chronic conditions require ongoing management, not a one-time victory. There are external factors and sometimes the body just behaves unpredictably. It was a real wake-up call about the dangers of excessive self-blame and the importance of acceptance. Sir, goodness. How on earth did you resolve that internal conflict and allow yourself to embrace a more realistic view of your health? David, it involved a lot of education from my doctors but also reframing my mindset. Instead of aiming to conquer it, I now aim to manage it effectively and live a fulfilling life despite it. I started focusing on my overall well-being, not just blood sugar numbers. It definitely built my resilience and taught me to approach my health with a more holistic and compassionate perspective. What strategies do you typically use to cope with the emotional toll of illness or the challenges of recovery? Sarah, I try to be incredibly proactive in my mental health. I practiced mindfulness exercises during my recovery, focusing on the present moment. I also made sure to celebrate every small improvement, no matter how minor. And I openly communicated my feelings to my support system, which prevented feelings of isolation. That significantly reduces post-illness anxiety. Maintaining a positive outlook even on tough days has been a huge factor in my ability to regain my strength. David, that's incredibly smart, Sarah. I'm actively trying to incorporate more mindfulness and self-care into my routine. For me, connecting with nature through walks has been surprisingly therapeutic. It allows me to clear my head and remember the bigger picture beyond my illness. It's like a mental reset button. Sarah, absolutely. Do you have any advice for someone currently facing a serious illness or a long recovery period, perhaps feeling completely overwhelmed and losing hope? David, I'd say first, don't hesitate to seek professional mental health support if you're struggling. It's a sign of strength, not weakness. Second, educate yourself about your condition, but avoid obsessing over worst-case scenarios. And third, find a strong support system, family, friends, or online communities. You don't have to go through it alone. Sarah, excellent, incredibly compassionate advice. And perhaps on that note, encourage them to celebrate every step forward, no matter how small, on their unique journey of healing. David, definitely. Every day managed, every positive mindset shift, every small act of self-care, every moment of progress, is a mini triumph in the ongoing journey of overcoming illness. It's a marathon of courage, filled with opportunities for growth and profound appreciation for life. Practice section. Part 1. Vocabulary of overcoming illness. Let's review some key vocabulary and phrases related to overcoming illness that Sarah and David used. Emotional toll. The psychological burden or cost of a difficult experience. Think about, how does a chronic illness take an emotional toll? Vulnerable. Exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. Why might someone feel vulnerable during a severe illness? Road to recovery. The process or period of getting better after an illness or injury. What makes the road to recovery challenging? A test of patience. A situation that requires a great deal of self-control and ability to wait. How can a long recovery be a test of patience? Frustration. The feeling of being upset or annoyed as a result of being unable to change or achieve something. What causes frustration when managing a chronic illness? A mental burden. A heavy psychological weight or responsibility. Why is constant vigilance a mental burden for chronic illness sufferers? A validation. The action of making or declaring something legally or officially valid. Recognition or affirmation that a person or their feelings are valid or worthwhile. Why is validation from others important when dealing with illness? Empowering. Making someone stronger and more confident, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights. How can finding new coping strategies be empowering? A game changer. An event, idea, or procedure that affects a significant shift in the current way of doing or thinking about something. What makes a strong support community a game changer in recovery? Turn the tide. To reverse the general development or course of a situation. How can hope or positive moments turn the tide on feelings of despair? A milestone. A significant stage or event in the development of something. What constitutes a milestone in a recovery journey? Memorable misconception. An unforgettable mistaken belief or idea. What memorable misconceptions do people have about illness or recovery? A linear process. A process that follows a straight, predictable path, often step by step. Why is illness recovery often not a linear process? A self-compassion. Kindness and understanding toward oneself when suffering, failing, or feeling inadequate. Why is self-compassion crucial during recovery? Acceptance. The action of consenting to receive or undertake something offered. The process or fact of being received as adequate, valid, or suitable. Here, accepting the reality of a condition. How does acceptance differ from conquering an illness? A resilience. The capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. Toughness. How does navigating illness build resilience? A holistic perspective. A way of looking at health that considers the whole person, body, mind, spirit, rather than just the symptoms. What does it mean to approach health from a holistic perspective? Cope with the emotional toll. To deal effectively with the psychological burden of an experience. What strategies help cope with the emotional toll of illness? Proactive. Creating or controlling a situation by causing something to happen rather than responding to it after it has happened. How can being proactive help manage mental well-being during illness? Post-illness anxiety. Worry or tension experienced after recovering from an illness. What causes post-illness anxiety, and how can it be reduced? Regain my strength. To recover one's physical or mental power. What activities help you regain your strength after an illness? Therapeutic. Relating to the healing of disease, providing a beneficial cure or treatment. How can certain activities be therapeutic during illness or recovery? Educate yourself about your condition. To learn extensively about your health status. Why is it important to educate yourself about your condition? A mini triumph. A small but significant success or victory. What constitutes a mini triumph in the journey of overcoming illness? Part 2. Reflecting on overcoming illness. Think about your own experiences with illness, recovery, or managing health challenges. Answer the following questions. If you faced an illness, what was the most challenging physical or emotional toll it took on you? What was one unexpected source of strength, or a small milestone you found during your illness or road to recovery? Have you ever encountered or held a memorable misconception about healing or chronic conditions? Describe it. In your opinion, what is the role of patience and self-compassion in navigating illness and recovery? What proactive steps do you or would you take to cope with the emotional toll or mitigate the challenges of a health issue? How can a strong support system or community turn the tide for someone struggling with illness? What advice would you give to someone who feels vulnerable or overwhelmed by a new diagnosis, emphasizing resilience and acceptance? Part 3. Practicing phrases for discussing overcoming illness. Imagine you are talking to a friend about a personal health journey or offering support to someone who is ill. Practice using the following empathetic phrases in your conversation. The emotional toll of illness can be incredibly heavy, but you're showing great resilience. It's normal to feel vulnerable on this road to recovery, so be kind to yourself. I'm so glad you found that support group. Validation is a real game changer. Remember that recovery is often a non-linear process with good days and bad days. I'm trying to be more proactive about my well-being to mitigate the challenges. Every small improvement is a mini triumph, a true milestone in your healing. It's about acceptance and finding ways to cope with the emotional toll. Talking about it can be so therapeutic and help alleviate some of that mental burden. Your ability to regain your strength is inspiring. Practice incorporating these phrases naturally into your conversation, focusing on empathy and encouragement. Part 4. Role-playing a scenario. Supporting someone through illness. Imagine a friend is struggling with a new diagnosis and feels overwhelmed by the prospect of the journey ahead. You want to offer genuine support and understanding. Take turns with your friend expressing their feelings and you responding empathetically. Friend, I just got this diagnosis and I feel so vulnerable. The road to recovery seems so long and I'm losing hope. I'm so incredibly sorry to hear that. It's completely understandable to feel overwhelmed right now. This is a huge emotional struggle and it's okay to feel that way. Friend, I thought recovery would be linear, but I'm having good days and bad days and it's so frustrating. I feel like I'm failing. That's a memorable misconception many people have. Recovery is rarely linear. There will be ups and downs, but those don't define your progress. You're showing incredible resilience just by facing this. Friend, I also feel a huge mental burden from all the changes I need to make. It feels like a test of patience every single day. I can only imagine. Have you thought about joining a support group? Finding that validation from others who understand can be a real game changer and help alleviate some of that stress. And try to be proactive about your mental well-being too. Finding a therapeutic activity might help channel some of that frustration. Friend, I just want to get my life back, but it feels like such a huge commitment. It is a commitment, but you're not alone. Focus on the small victories. Every bit of progress, every step you take towards regaining your strength, is a mini triumph. And remember, your medical team is there to help you educate yourself about your condition and navigate this with a holistic perspective. Narrator. As Sarah and David's powerful stories illuminate, overcoming illness is a deeply personal odyssey marked by challenges, perseverance, and profound growth. It's a testament to the strength of the human spirit, the power of medical science, and the comfort of connection. By embracing self-compassion, seeking supportive communities, and finding ways to celebrate every milestone, we can navigate these health journeys with courage, transforming moments of vulnerability into inspiring narratives of resilience and hope. Thank you for joining the English Learning Podcast today. We hope this episode has provided you with valuable language and comprehensive insights for understanding and discussing the transformative experience of overcoming illness. We'll be back soon with more engaging conversations to support your English.